In this video, I'm going to pull back the veil and share with you everything I've done with cold email, the same strategies that have allowed me to book hundreds of calls that helped me land a dream job working for one of the best-selling authors I really wanted to work with. And this is the same strategy I've helped over 64 different businesses implement to acquire new leads and customers. Clients that pay me over $4,000 a month just for this. And today, you're getting it all for free. Now, the reason I'm sharing all this with you is because I want to help you increase your lead acquisition processes, find new ways to acquire new leads as well. And all I ask is if you do like this video, just subscribe down and especially leave a comment behind. I want to learn more about who you are, if you enjoyed this content or not. I'm starting to get into YouTube, so this is a whole new experience for me. So without further ado, I'm going to move on to the other screen and I'll walk you through everything. So first things off, right now, I'm going to show you what I do using Lemlist. Now, I'm going to drop the link below where you can sign up for Lemlist as well. It is an affiliate, so if you do use it, it is going to help me out a little bit, but there's also other really good tools and I'll list them below as well. Now, before I even get into the campaigns, there's a few things I want to go over that are extremely important for you to remember. The first thing is you never want to use your regular email domain. My regular email domain might be my name at xyandz.com or whatever you have. What you want to do when you're building out a cold email is you want to use what we call burner emails. So you can go ahead and purchase 2 or 3 different emails. And the only thing that's really going to change is you can have your name at tryyourbusinessname.com or your name at goyourbusinessname.com or whatever list of names you want. And I'll drop them below as well, a couple of emails you can use. The reason we want to do this is even though we're using cold email tools to ensure that our email deliverability increases, that we get more open rates, there's still a high chance that since we're sending emails in volume, those email accounts could get blocked. And you never want that to happen to your primary email, where you talk with your clients, where you talk with prospects, where you talk with people that are extremely important. So setting up burner emails is going to be really, really important. I'm going to drop a few links below where you can go ahead and purchase those different emails, but usually you can use any email platform. I would maybe try to stay away from Google domains just because Google has become very, very aggressive when it comes to really using emails for cold outreach. And a lot of the tools nowadays don't usually allow for Google domains. However, with Lemlist, I do have Google domains. Google domains has now been purchased by Squarespace, so you can go ahead and purchase a domain from Squarespace as well. In this case, that's part of the reason I love Lemlist. Now, once you've purchased those email domains, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to warm up your email domain. So with Lemlist, I'm going to show you the example here. There's something called Lemwarm. So right now you are seeing I'm inside of Lemwarm. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. And over here, you can see that I have 2 different email domains that have been added to this, right? 2 different email domains. Now, one thing that you're seeing here is you can see that there's a health score. What this does is it basically sends out automated emails on my behalf. It sent out 1,300 just using this one email. And it's told me that 3 emails have landed in spam, 1 has been blacklisted. But down here, you can see all the metrics of how many emails have actually landed in spam in the amount of time where I've been sending out these warmer emails. Now, the reason this is extremely important is because when we are warming up or when we're going to send out emails, we want to ensure that these emails don't land in spam. Because if you go through all the trouble of actually finding the qualified leads on LinkedIn or Apollo or whatever platform you're going to use, and then you start sending emails, if your emails start landing in the spam box, it's basically like burning cash. And I absolutely hate that. So a workaround is for you to use these warm up processors that will allow you to warm up the domain. Lemlist has its own. You can use Woodpecker, that also has one. There's email domain warmups as well. You can find a lot of them on Google. But basically, the way this works is the ESPs, the email service providers, usually when they receive an email from a business, so not at Yahoo or at Gmail, usually they will flag it as spam. So if they're receiving an email from my business, which is at Scale Simply, then if they've never received an email from me, they're probably going to be flagged as spam. And I'm sure you've seen this in your spam folder where it says, hey, this email could be phishing or this email could look sketchy, so it's landed in the spam. So a workaround for us to do that is we warm up these domains. And what this does is these automated tools, they start sending emails back and forth between your email and other different IPs. And these IPs are bots that are basically built to automatically open up your email, reply automatically back to you. And that way, what that will do is it will warm up, it'll increase the health score of your email domain. So when I actually do end up sending an actual cold email from these domains, when that ESP, let's say in this case Yahoo, receives an email from me, it's going to read all that data saying, oh, okay, so this email has sent out 1,300, in this case, emails. It's been opened, it's been replied back to, it's been starred. So it's a pretty good email. It's healthy. There's a high chance that it's not going to be spam or it's not going to be phishing. And that allows us to increase our chances of landing in the inbox. It's also going to help us increase our chances of not getting that email blocked. So before, once you've purchased those domains, before you even start sending out cold emails, make sure to go back and warm up your email domains, which is going to be extremely important. I usually recommend you warm up for at least a week or 2 weeks if you do have the time. Give it enough time to have a health score that is higher than 50%. As you can see here, this one is 79%, which is pretty good. So I would hold off on just sending them. Meanwhile, you can go ahead and start building out your email campaigns. Now, we've already gone through this first step. So now I'm going to move back to the cool stuff, which is actually building out the cold email campaign. Great. So we finally purchased the domains. We have them warming up. Now, what's the next step? Well, the next step is we actually need to find those leads that you're going to be reaching out to. And there's multiple ways to go about doing this. One is using tools such as Apollo AI. The process I'm going to show you right now, however, is utilizing LinkedIn. Why LinkedIn? Well, because LinkedIn is one of those platforms that stays up to date all the time. They are constantly, business owners are constantly updating their where they are, or if you're looking for employees, they will update their information because it's a networking platform for potential business. That's why I love LinkedIn. Now, inside of LinkedIn, it's very easy. If you use tools such as Lemlist, you'll have a Google extension you can also add. But the easiest way to go about doing this is, let's say that we're going to target marketing managers. So the first thing I have to do is just come look at marketing managers. And then here I can go to people. And as you can see, it's got the little Lemlist signal right there because it's integrated Lemlist into this. So now what I can do is I can select whoever I feel like is going to be the right fit. And here I can change the location. So let's say I'm going to target people in the US. Let's say I am going to reach out to second and third degree connections. So people I don't know. And I could also choose, I can see all the different filters over here. I could also choose if there's a connection. I could choose whether they are currently the current company that they're working in, if they went to a specific school, what industry or what profile their profile is in, whatever I want. And I can also add some keywords in here, right, if I want to. So let's say it's going to be CMO, right? We'll just see what comes up from this. Great. So I got about 3,100 results, which is really good. And here you can see this is a fractional CMO, chief marketing officer. So what I can do is I can just go ahead here and select whoever I feel is going to be a right fit. And once that's done, I can click here and push the leads to Lemlist. Now, you'll have to pay for these leads, but it's a really easy process to do to scrape those leads. The other one that you can potentially use is another tool that I really like called Scrub Export. And Scrub, what it will do is it'll do the same process. It'll create a CSV file that you can then download, and it'll give you the information of these people. And you can enrich that to really get their emails. But it's one of the best ways to really find potential leads. Another great way to go about doing it is utilizing Sales Navigator, because Sales Navigator opens up a completely new window. It allows you to go way more in depth, and I'll create a separate training on this, but I'm not going to go over it right now because I want to keep this video fairly short. But this is the best way you can go about scraping their information, and most importantly, getting their emails, which is what we're going to use for our cold email campaign. So once you've gone through that, once you have that, you want to go back and you want to then go into Lemlist and create a new campaign. So we're in here. As you can see, I've created multiple campaigns right now. I'm just going to create a new campaign from scratch. And I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so here we are. We're going to create a new campaign. I'm just going to call it test. And then we'll go through that. I'm going to add the emails. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're not even going to upload the different email lists that you have. We're going to first create the email sequence. Now, you're going to choose what email you're going to send it to. So you're going to connect the different emails that you've been warming up. And then we're going to add the subject line and write the copy. Now, a very important thing here is I always go about testing the subject line first. I spend a lot of time thinking about what would be a subject line that would make me want to open up the email. And if you think about it, we are bombarded daily by different emails. So you have to keep it interesting if you actually want this lead to open up. So I want to show you a really successful campaign I once ran, which was just to interview coaches and architects. So here, what you can see is, and I'll show you this right now, but it was basically just an email that said, I brewed this coffee for you. That was a subject line I used. Now, I know it's a little bit weird. It sounds quirky, but that was exactly what I was going after. Where if we're constantly getting bombarded by emails that say, hey, quick question, because that's now what everybody uses for their cold emails, then how about I send a message to somebody that says, I brewed this coffee for you? And here it says yellow because it's, if I choose, whoever this person, Abigail, it'll automatically update the custom variable that I've added to this, right? Which is really cool. So in this case, people would receive an email that would say, Abigail, I brewed this coffee for you. Now it's a super random thing, right? I understand. And it might not be your cup of coffee, pun intended, but you want to come up with subject lines that are going to be enticing to open up. I love using numbers as well. I think numbers are something that people connect to. So let's say that you're selling Facebook ads. You could say, Abigail, this is how to increase your ROAS by 5x, or Abigail, Sam did this and increased their ROAS by 5x. You want to try to keep it interesting. The first step is to get people to actually open up the email. So playing around with subject lines is going to be really, really cool. It's something I enjoy doing. And you really want to think about, okay, what would be something that would make the prospect want to open up this email? That is the first thing. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and try to use personalization. You can do this by adding the person's name. You can do this by adding their title. You can do this by adding their business. And you can even go ahead and do this by adding an image. So here I just added an image. It just said, Abigail, thank you. Now, as you can see, it has a person's name, which is really cool. And if I change, in this case, Adam, it would also pull up Adam's image. Didn't work right now. It would also pull up Adam's image, and it would show like Abid, right? It would show their name right there, so which is really cool. And this is one of the things I've learned over the time that I've been doing cold email, which is the more you can personalize your cold emails, the better it's going to be. So this image, it at least makes me look more friendly. It makes people know that I'm not intending to do anything bad with them. And you can also go ahead and create videos. And I'm going to show you an amazing tool that I use that will allow you to create videos automatically at scale and make it look hyper personalized. But before we get into that, let me just walk you through this email. So I just started with their name. It just said, hey, I appreciate you opening up the email. Just for that, I brewed this coffee for you. And this strategy that I used was the interview strategy, where all I was trying to do was trying to learn more about the business and more about the industry that I was trying to service. I promised that I wasn't going to try to sell them anything, because that's also one of the biggest issues that I see with cold email. A lot of cold emails focus on the sale. But if you think about it from your own perspective, if you receive an email from somebody out of the blue and it just says, hey, Vicente, this is what I do. If you're ready to work with us, or if you want to learn more, book this call right now and we can see how we can help you. If you think about it, why would I even spend time with you when I know it's going to be a sales call? I might not have time for it, and I don't even like and trust you yet. So what you want to do is you want to see if you can give value ahead of time. This could be sharing a resource with them that they can download, or it could be letting them know, like, listen, I am not going to try to sell you. I just want to get to know you a little bit more. I just want to know about what you do. That way I can learn more about your industry and make my service or my product better. This strategy for me was really, really helpful. And here I added a booking time just so they could book a time with me. Now, the important next step is you want to ensure that you don't only send out one email, which is also a really big issue that I see a lot of people doing, which is they send out one email and then that's it. But when you are building a robust cold email campaign, you want to send out at least 5 different emails. So here you can see that I've built out, not one, but 5 ones, right? With the last email being what we call the the breakup email, where it's basically saying, hey, this will be the last time you hear from me. I promise. I just wanted to reach out to you one last time. Again, what you want to do with these different emails is you want to spark curiosity. You want to share with them what it is that they're going to be getting. You want to, share whatever findings you have. You want to make it super clear what it is that you're doing or what they can expect out of this call with you. And if you have free resources to share with them, even better. That's going to build more trust. And at the end, you want to build what we call, again, the breakup email, which is basically just saying, this is going to be the last time I reach out to you. Now, you can't imagine the power this last email has, because a lot of people that receive emails get used to just receiving emails from you. But when they see that this is like a, FOMO, where if they don't reply back, they're going to miss out on speaking with you, they usually tend to take action and book a call with you. So I want to show you real quick what the statistics of these emails are. Now, as you can see, just from this campaign, I sent it to over 580 different leads. I got a 65% open rate. Again, all because it was a very, very interesting subject line that was different from what people are used to receiving. It's got no clicked because I didn't have it connected there, but I got 59 replies and 15 different interests. Now, I did book these. They're not showing up here, but I did book these. And this same strategy that I'm sharing with you was the strategy that allowed me to work at Lean Marketing, the business where Alan Dibb, writer of the best-selling book, The One-Page Marketing Plan, works, which was incredible. It was an incredible experience to be able to work with him, and it all came from this cold email. Now, an important thing I also want to share with you here is that here you can see that from that first step, I got a 59% open rate. So it was really, really good. And I got 5 replies, which wasn't bad. Now, if I had stopped there and I didn't continue with these other steps, I would have missed out on all these different people opening up the email. And look, I got a lot of different replies, a huge amount of replies from the continued emails that I sent out. And most of the people that I actually booked came from the emails that were sent out after that first one, right? Which was incredible. So that's why it's extremely important for you to ensure that when you are building out your cold email campaign, you don't write just one email, but you write a multitude of emails. Now, another really important thing that you can do is whenever you are doing an email, you can also go ahead and A/B test. And this is going to be extremely important. So the way I usually go about A/B testing is I look at the data I was just sharing with you, and I see what the open rates look like. So this is a current campaign that I'm running. And if I go in here right now, it's been running for not so long. It's only been sent out to 327. But here you can see I'm constantly A/B testing the subject line, just seeing how this is working. If they are liking what I'm saying, this campaign might not be successful, which is also important to note. Not all campaigns are going to be hyper successful, and that is okay. The more you do it, the more you learn, especially if you're testing out a new audience. But this is the whole principle behind it, which is, okay, out of the emails I've sent, which one is the winning one? So here I can see that I've sent almost double, but it's gotten a pretty good open rate. And I can leave it there and I can choose which one is the winning one. Right now, this one looks very similar. This one has been sent out to more. But again, it's all about testing. So once you get good open rates, you can move on to the copy, once you've kind of selected a winner for the subject line, you can move on to the copy, to the body of the email, to ensure that you get clicks or you get more replies from this. So this one already booked a call with me, which is great. It's still in their early stages. And what I'll do is right now I have 327 leads, but as I continue, I will keep on adding more and more leads. Oh, sorry, it's got 769 leads added and it's only sent out 327. So it's still a running campaign. It's still in the early stages. We'll see how this performs, but so far it's good. But those are the things that I'm constantly looking at. I play around with different subject lines just to see which one works better than the other, or which one is the winning one. Okay. Now, I want to finalize this by sharing with you a really, really cool tool as well that you can use to personalize and send personalized videos. So the tool I'm talking about right now, it's called RepliQ. And the cool thing about RepliQ is that it'll create an automated video just like this one, where it makes it look as if I was just sending a Loom with the person's background. So let me create an example for you. So let's say I'm going to go after the website. What I can do is basically I can choose, we're just going to use a demo, but I could upload a video or record one right now. And it's going to make it look like Loom, just as like it would look as if I was sending you this video. And here we are going to either use an example or paste the data. Right now, I'm just going to use mine. So all I'm going to do is I am just going to input my website. And this is automatically creating an example of what it would look like if it was going to create a video for me. So here I can choose whether I want a small bubble, just like right now. I can create a big bubble, right, where the image will look bigger, or a full screen. So we'll select small bubble. You can add a video title. It can be, my name. We'll leave it as is. And let's just say start video creation. Now, what this is going to do is it's automatically going to create a personalized video that makes it look like I'm scrolling through the person's profile or actual website. You can choose whether it's LinkedIn or whatever you want to use, but it's automatically going to create an automated video where it's going to then download a URL, and you can use it as a custom variable inside of Lemlist to make it look like you actually went in, recorded the video for the person, and then sent them this video. Again, the more personalized you can keep the videos nowadays, the better it's going to be for you moving forward. You're going to get more traction with this. So we're going to give it a few seconds and see if it shows up the video. So now I've finished going through the video. I'm going to show you what the preview looks like. So right now, this is my website URL, as you can see. And over here, it's using the mock-up video, but basically what it's doing right now is it is just scrolling through the website, almost as if, and moving the mouse, almost as if this person was actually on my website going through everything that I have, which is a crazy way, awesome way for you to increase your personalization. Now, all you have to do is you can copy, share the video HTML code. You can also go ahead and download it if you have multiple videos. And the way this is going to work is when you go back to Lemlist. So let me go back to the campaigns. All you're going to have to do is when we are writing one, you're going to be able to add just the link. So here, as you can see, it automatically adds the link. It's uploaded. You can delete this text if you don't want it. And then once it's done, still uploading. Once it's done, I can just, sorry about that. I can just preview the video, right? I can click here. The cool thing is it says it's only 20 seconds, but when I go to the preview, lo and behold, there you go. It's almost like a GIF, but it's going to help you with increased open rates because it's going to let the person know that, wow, you actually have all this, you went through the trouble of going through my website. Now, this is just with one video. If you build out multiple videos, you're then going to be able to download the CSV, create a custom variable, and then it'll automatically connect the current leads with the web, with the video. You just want to ensure that when you're connecting them, it's the same one. You want to test a few. But this is going to happen for all the leads. They're all going to have their website being shown just like this, or their LinkedIn profile, or whatever you choose. And you can choose multiple. Like I said, it doesn't have to be only website. It can be LinkedIn, Google, Instagram, Meta, Amazon, TikTok, job boards, whatever you want, right? Hopefully this has been good. I would love to know what you think of this training. If you want me to go more in depth into the actual email creation, I'm happy to do so. But I just wanted to give you a quick intro as to how you can get started with cold emails. Again, remember, it's not about the way you go about actually, you're not going to get success automatically. The more you test it, the better it's going to be. I've been doing this for quite some time now. Not all my campaigns are super successful, but one thing I learned is the more I do them, the more I learn about what are the good subject lines, what are the good bodies of the emails, what are things that people like. Do they like you to be more straightforward and actually just go out and with your offer, or do they prefer the conversation approach where you invite them for a call, for an interview? You'll have to test it out for your own audience, but the more you do it, the more results you'll see. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoy this video. Again, if you like the video, subscribe. I will keep uploading more videos about what I'm doing. Right now, I'm testing ebooks as well. It's a great strategy to start getting some leads. I'll create a video on that. So subscribe. And if you do have any comments, please leave them below. I'm always happy to read you and help out any way I can. Bye-bye for now.